Hello, and welcome to my talk for this week. Happy New Year, 12th day of Christmas, and tomorrow, Happy Epiphany. As I wrote the date at the top of this page, I found it hard and at times discouraging to think that 2022 is the third year that I've written in the time of COVID. As we continue to pass through a period of uncertainty and frustration, let's pray and care for each other as we have been doing. This morning, something happened which took my thoughts back over 10 years to when I was rector of Stone Church. One sunny day, as I left the main door of the hall, there were 4 young people sitting around the old picnic table which we had there at the time. I won't go into the details of their story. Suffice it to say they were from Moncton, and the 2 young men of the group needed accommodation. As the situation stood then, I was not able to suggest anything to them, and that was the beginning of a journey for me. This event, and an incident yesterday, reminded me that young people in our province can be living very insecure lives. I was speaking to someone about the breakfast program that they're involved in at their local K-12 school. She said to me, "I understand why the government has closed schools for 2 more weeks. But what about the kids who have to rely on the food supplied there to supplement their diet at home?" I had to admit that I don't know the answer to that question. In thinking about this, I was reminded of Gandhi's words. The true measure of any society is how it cares for its most vulnerable members. We know there are vulnerable people in every age group, and they all need our care and concern. But I want to think about young people for a moment. In 2020, the Human Development Council's Child Report Card for Poverty suggested that in New Brunswick, 1 in 5 children live in poverty, and there are some pockets across the region where levels are higher than 40%. The factors which have led to this situation are complex, with no easy solutions. It's taken several decades for us to get to this situation, and there's no quick fix. People often throw up their hands and say, "Where do we even begin?" I believe the answer is to start with the children and young people. There's much good work going on across the province by many gifted and dedicated people. But to be honest, there needs to be more. One of our greatest assets is people, and we undervalue them and ourselves if we do not provide ways out of poverty. We follow Jesus, who said, "Let the children come to me. Do not hinder them." We worship a God who prioritizes the care of widows and orphans, some of the least in ancient societies. As we enter a new year, what can we do to build on the ministries we already have to those who are vulnerable? Thank you for joining me. God bless, and stay safe.